All right, we are live. Non-heated vinyasa. Our heated vinyasa class is full today, so that's great news. So I thought we would have a really nice, strong, balanced class. How's that sound? We'll focus on our breath, we'll focus on our strength, our balance, and our grounding. So let's start on our seats today. If you're on a block, stay as you are. If you're on your mat, just rock your sitting bones side to side so you can really feel your body ground. We're going to start with a mudra today that is a grounding mudra. It's called Boo. So you're going to take your peace fingers and you're either going to ground them into the earth or into your thighs, depending on what you can reach to. Let's close the eyes. Start to align crown over tail. And then deeply inhale through the nose. Let your breath lift up. Soften your shoulders and exhale out the mouth. Full, complete inhale through the nose. Opening your heart, open mouth, exhale. Ground to surrender. And again, deep breath through the nose. Audible exhale. Let's seal the lips. Slight constriction of the throat for your Ujjayi breath, breathing through the nose. Hear the sound of the ocean. Exhale out the nose, listening to the waves crash upon the shore. Feeling your energy ground and ground down into Mother Earth. Let you always be supported and held. Slowly lift palms to heart space, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs come in to tap into center. Gently tuck the chin down as you bow, lengthening the back of the neck. Feeling all the gratitude within, the gratitude for our health and our life, being able to hold space for one another. Set your own intention for practice. And mine for you is that each breath, may you be surrounded by love. May we move in harmony, staying grounded, balanced, and strong. Namaste. Open the eyes, welcome to your practice today. I'm subbing today for Miss Rose. Let's take the hands all the way out wide. Spreading your fingertips, pull fingertips to point towards the back wall, stretching the front side of your wrists. And then pulling fingers into fist. Start to flex your wrists forward. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, start to unravel fingertips, spreading fingertips, pointing back. And then exhale, gentle fist, pulling forward. One last time, inhale, open the palms. And then pulling in, it feels so great. And start to circle out your fists. Gently lower hands towards the earth as you circle down. Lift the chin, long spine, and then circle your fists coming all the way up overhead. And at the top, wrists over shoulders, unravel your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. And then we'll twist to your left side. Let your shoulders ground to hips. Let your collarbones open and your heart lift. Deep breath in. Pulling navel to spine, maybe a little deeper twist this morning as we awaken our bodies, our mind, and our soul. And then inhale, rainbow the arms overhead. And exhale to the right side. Pulling shoulders back, collarbones broaden. Long spine as you inhale. Navel to spine as you exhale. And inhale, rise, we'll take flow to that motion. On your exhale breath, twist left. On your inhale, lengthen the arms overhead. And exhale, twist right. more. Inhale. Let your shoulders begin to open. Let your spine begin to swirl. Last time, inhale, breath to the right side. Inhale, center. Left side. Inhale, center. Last time to your right. And we'll slowly turn back to center. Taking hands behind your back, right thumb over left, interlace your fingertips, and then start to reach knuckles towards the back of the mat. Lift the chin. And then tuck chin in, slowly bow forwards. Using the strength of your core muscles, begin to lift knuckles just a bit. Inhale, slowly restack. Let's relace hands, so left thumb over right, and then just switch out your grip. Opening up your chest, turn and spiral biceps to face forward, breathe in. And then exhale, slowly bow forwards, lifting hands. Shoulder height or so. And then slowly release the hands. Lifting hands all the way up overhead. And then softly rolling over shins or taking feet alongside of you. Unravel the legs, tabletop pose. You can move your block aside. Let's start to circle shoulders around wrists just to open up the wrist a tad bit more. I want you to close your eyes here and just feel your body move. Inhaling through the nose. Hear the sound of the ocean on your breath out. Slowly change directions of the circle. Starting to slow down the sway, stack shoulders over wrists. You can still keep your eyes closed for this, just feeling your body. Take your right hand and just spiral it so your fingertips point towards the knee. Your palm still stays down towards the earth, and then do the same with your left side. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, drawing navel up to spine, and slowly pull the hips towards the heels, not so much, feeling the stretch in the tops of the wrists. Keeping long spine, slowly press the heel of the hands back to the earth. Let's do that a few more times, staying strong through the core. Remaining in your center, slowly pull back. Exhale, bringing shoulders back over wrists. Last time. Then return your hands back. Fingertips pointing forward. You can open the eyes now. And then curl the toes. Slowly press your hips to heels, stretching out the arches of the soles. Hugging navel to spine, now Mula Bandha. Engage pelvic floor. Slowly press shoulders over wrists. Let's do that again. Inhale, press back. Stretching your soles. Maybe sliding hands a little bit forward. Pull shoulders to hips. And then exhale, slowly rise. Last time. And tabletop pose. Building a little fire here. Gaze at your thumbs, tuck your elbows slightly under. Hug the belly up, press into the palms even more, and then stretch tailbone to crown. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your knees 2 inches, floating tabletop. We're here for 5. And 4, stay with your breath. 3, feel your fire. 2, and 1, slowly rest knees down to the earth. Bird dog pose, keeping that strong belly, taking right leg, extending right heel to back wall. Take your right hip, draw it down just an inch or so, pull belly in and squeeze your right glute. Transfer the weight now into the right hand and then pick the left hand up like you're going to shake my hand. Pulling shoulder back into its socket, lift the chin. We're here for 5. We're here for 4. Stay strong in the inner thighs. 3. Belly in 2. And 1. Hand and knee returns to the ground. Let's do the other side. Pressing left heel to back wall. Pull navel in, press into the floor, lift the chin. And then bringing your weight now into your left hand, right hand can release forwards. Engage the left glute, stay strong in your body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. one, knee and hand down. Tucking toes under again, take an inhale breath. Exhale, downward facing dog, lifting hips, pressing chest to thighs. Begin to pedal out your dog and really open up the back side of your body, the posterior chain. Pressing heel down one at a time. Soft bend to the knees if you have tight hamstrings. Pressing chest more towards the thighs. Nice. Let's lift up high on tippy toe, heels extend off the earth. And then a really deep knee bend, pressing chest to rest on your thighs, crouching dog. And then inhale, lift your tailbone high. Exhale, sink your heels to the earth. Twice more. Inhale, float your heels. Exhale, big knee bend, chest to thighs, pressing armpits towards kneecaps. Inhale, lengthen your legs, heels high. And then exhale, melt them down. One more time. Inhale, lift. But exhale, deep crouching dog. Inhale, float your tailbone. Exhale, heels down, bend your knees a lot, and then walk your palms towards your feet, ragdoll. Grabbing opposite elbow, relax the low back, relax through the head, the neck, the shoulders. Let your body sway side to side. Now spread your toes a lot, giving yourself more foundation as you balance. Now hands to shins, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Bring the shoulder heads back, engage through the rhomboids. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Then inhale, rise, sweeping hands out wide, reach your palms all the way up together. Your gaze follows the thumbs, and then exhale, thumbs to heart space, Samastihiti. Close the eyes. Imagine roots from your feet growing down into the earth as we stay grounded through this practice, throughout this day and the next few weeks. Draw your tailbone towards your heels, draw your navel in. As you press into your palms, press your shoulders back, begin to tone your back muscles. Chin parallels the earth, we're in strong mountain pose. And open the eyes, inhale, lift the hands up overhead. Gaze follows the thumbs. Turning palms to face forward, push your hips forward, squeeze your booty, and then bend your elbows wide, cactus arms. Standing back bend. And then inhale, reach tall, gaze forward. Exhale, micro bend the knees, fold forward, leading from the chest. Hands towards the earth, gaze between the knees, long neck. And then inhale, halfway lift. Long spine, stay strong through the legs. And then exhale, hands to the ground, bend your knees, walk your hands forward, high plank. From your plank, spread your fingertips wide. Tuck your tailbone, pull in the core. Squeeze your glutes a bit. Now let's rock forward 1 inch, take an inhale. And then exhale, rock back. Saw, we'll do that twice more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward. And back. This time, shift forward, spiral the eyes of your elbows to point forwards, and then slowly lower to your belly. Feel free to use your knees as you lower down, keeping a nice, strong but long spine. Cobra pose. Sliding thumbs slightly back, pull the elbows close to one another. Now lift your heels. Exhale, slowly lower the feet down. And then inhale, lift your heart, gaze up and forwards. Exhale, slowly lower down. And now both. Inhale, lift your heels and your heart. Maybe your palms float to follow. And then exhale, slowly bring your feet and your palms down. Press yourself back to child's pose. Bringing knees nice and wide. Hips to heels. Ground your third eye. Deep breath through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Last cleansing breath, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Ujjayi, inhale, slowly rise back to tabletop. And exhale, curl your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your heels. Exhale, big knee bend, crouching dog, gaze forwards. Hold here, inhale breath. And then exhale, lift your hips, walk your feet behind your wrists, and then heel toe them together to touch. Halfway lift, breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold, touch the toes. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, fold all the way forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale for your halfway lift, long spine, tail to crown. And then bend the knees, hands ground, step back, high plank. Drawing tailbone under, pull belly in. Inhale, shift forward. Turn the eyes of the elbows forwards, and then exhale, bend your elbows towards your hips, option to use your knees. Coming to the tops of the feet, pull the heart through the shoulders, gaze forward, up dog. Feel free to take cobra pose. And then exhale, lift your hips using core muscles, down dog. Inhale, float your heels, look forwards. Exhale, either walk or float to the top of the mat. Toes touch, squeezing inner thighs, rise halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, extended mountain pose, Urdhva Hastasana, pinky fingers turn in. Good, and exhale, hands through heart space, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bring more weight into the balls of the feet than the heels. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift an inch forward, stay strong through the core. Exhale, lower down with control, take it slow. Beautiful, inhale, upward facing dog, you can use the knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, sun A, inhale, lift your heels, look forwards. Exhale, travel forwards. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, slowly fold, surrender. And inhale, rise. Hands sweep overhead. Exhale, fold forward, this time with wide arms. Dive forward, stretch the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, hands ground, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly up, and then slowly bend the elbows, take it slow and slow. Nice. Inhale, upward facing dog, roll the shoulder heads back, and then exhale, rolling over the toes, down dog. Let's lift your right heel high, three-legged dog. Then bend the knee and open, stack your hips to the right side of the room. Feel free to find organic movement here, circling out the hip, the knee, the ankle. Keeping the chest nice and square. And then inhale, three-legged dog. Take an inhale. Pull knee to nose, tiger pose, shoulders over wrists. Dome the upper back, keep pressing into the earth. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee towards your right triceps or shoulder. Can you lift the knee higher? Use the oblique. Good. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow, a slight twist of the hips. Pull the navel in. Good. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, step forwards, low lunge. Let's take some time here to move the right foot forward so the heel aligns under knee. Gazing down, you can tap fingertips if you're not using blocks today, and then squeeze the inner thighs. Press into the right heel and see if you can float your fingertips just an inch. Getting strong in your foundation, then gaze forward. Slowly reach forward, pulling shoulders over hips, high crescent pose. Beautiful. Let's bend your left knee, hook the tailbone under, then begin to lengthen the left leg. Turn palms to face forward, take an inhale. Exhale, cactus arms, lift the heart. Inhale, slowly rise. Bow forwards, airplane arms. Peek down at right big toe. Good, inhale, rise. Slight bend to the knee again, hook the tail. Right hand reaches down and then reach for the back wall. The left hand will start to reach forward, take a twist. Gazing towards the right side of the room, squeeze shoulder blades together a lot. Good, and then inhale, rise. Back to your center. Exhale, hands ground, low lunge. Taking a flow here, right foot steps back, squeeze your glutes, tuck your tail, exhale, bend your elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel high. Knee to nose, tiger's pose. Move the shoulders over the wrists. Good, inhale, three-legged. Left knee, left tricep, take it slow, really engage the oblique. Inhale. Left knee, or right elbow twist a little bit. Beautiful, inhale. Step forwards, take your time, low lunge, heel underneath alignment. Start to swivel or step the left foot forward. Now squeezing inner thighs. Can you float your fingertips 1 to 2 inches off the ground, staying low in your lunge? Then push into the left heel a lot. Look forwards, reach forwards, and rise, hands overhead. Spiral palms to face forward, micro bend the right knee, hook your tail, squeeze your right booty, cactus arms, micro back bend. Inhale, rise. Lengthen right knee, and then exhale, airplane arms, peek down at left big toe. Good, inhale, rise. Rebend the right knee, align shoulders over hips, then left hand reaches down, gaze left, take your twist. Squeeze the inner thighs a lot, pull the navel in. And then inhale back to center. Low lunge, exhale, hands ground. Left foot steps back, high plank or ekapada if you want to float the left foot, squeeze your booty. And then exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga dandasana. Up dog, breathe in. Exhale, down dog, beautiful. We're gonna move through that just a tad bit quicker, but not too much faster. Let's inhale, float your right heel high. Knee to nose, tighter pose. Good, inhale. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale. Right knee, left elbow. Make sure you can flow with breath. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward, low lunge, heel underneath knee. Squeeze your inner thighs a lot. Inhale and slowly rise, high crescent. Exhale, cactus arms, tiny bend to the left knee. Inhale, rise. Uddiyana Bandha, exhale, reach back, peek down. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, twist right side. Inhale, let your body flow, let it dance. Exhale, hands ground, low lunge. Inhale, step your right foot back, high plank. Exhale, flow through Vinyasa, or you can skip it altogether and meet in down dog. Beautiful. And then inhale, float your left heel high. Knee to nose, tiger's pose. Inhale, three-legged. Left knee, left tricep. Inhale, squaring hips, reach left heel back. Then left knee, right elbow, twisting under. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Drawing inner thigh energy towards one another, press down into the left heel and rise, take it slow. High crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms, squeeze the backs of the shoulders. And inhale, rise. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, twist to your left side. Crescent twist. Beautiful. Inhale, lift and rise. Open the heart. Exhale, hands ground. Back to the earth, back to your mat, and left foot steps back, high plank for your ekapada flow. Move and lower down. Open the chest. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Let's slowly lower to knees, child's pose for a few moments to reground and recenter. You can grab a sip of water or towel off. With your eyes closed, just feel the breath. Feel the breath expand out into the sides of the ribs, deep down into the belly. Breathe into the back of the heart space. And then hear the breath. Hear the sound, the quality. Through mind's eye, see your breath. Imagine you can watch it drawing in through the nose filling out every space of your being. And breathing out fingertips. Tapping into Uddiyana Bandha, belly lock, but slowly rise back to hands and knees. Shins parallel the sides of the mat, curl the toes. And we'll take this to down dog. For this next flow, I'd like for you to try to close your eyes so that you can just feel your body. With the eyes closed, just trust. Trust your balance, your strength, your intuition, spatial awareness. And then let's slowly, slowly walk your feet towards what you feel is the middle of your mat, and then walk your hands back towards the toes. Good. Slowly roll your spine vertebra by vertebra with the eyes closed. Spiral your palms to face forward, but your pinky fingers touch your thigh bones. Gentle bend to your knees. Hook your tailbone. Pull the belly in. Rotate shoulder heads back and chin parallels the earth. Let's spread your toes and make sure your feet are about hips distance or so. Moving into chair pose with your eyes closed. Turn your palms to face now the back wall and then reach your hands about shoulder height. Spread your fingertips a lot and start to tone your triceps. And then slowly, slowly bend your knees like you're sitting behind you in a chair, making sure your knees stay over your ankles or your heels. So your tushy leans back and your chest counterbalances, reaching forwards. Good. Squeeze and tone all the muscles in your thighs. We're holding here for 5. We're holding here for 4. We're holding here for 3. Stay with your breath, 2. Then press into your feet, slowly rise. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes. Keep the eyes closed. Can you lift your heels just an inch or so? Find your balance, trust in your body. And then slowly ground your heels. Good. Inhale, sit back, chair pose, second round. Hooking tailbone under, pull belly in. 5. 4, yes, keep your eyes closed, just feel your body. 3, can you lower down 1 more inch? Yes, 2. And 1, inhale, slow and slow rise. Either hands overhead or in front. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Squeeze your booty. Now lift your heels an inch or so. With your eyes closed, just feel your balance. Trust your feet, your ankles, your thighs, your strength, your core. Heels ground. Inhale back. Exhale, last round, chair pose, eyes closed. Maybe lower down. Really tone the body, get stronger. Stay with your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall. Eyes remain closed. This time on tippy toe. Maybe you try explore lifting your heels even higher. Keep pulling navel in, shoulder blades back. And then ever so slowly lower your heels down, hands to your thighs, open the eyes. Shake that out. How'd that feel? Not too bad. Oh, yeah.
A little different.
All right, let's heel toe your feet together to touch. Inhale, lift the arms. This time your eyes get to stay closed. Chair plane. Take your heels into the earth, reach the hands back. Hook the tail belly in. Good. Inhale, lengthen the arms, maybe sink lower. Squeezing knees together a lot. Right hand will reach back, take chair twist. So alignment here, sometimes our left knee wants to peekaboo out in front, start to pull left knee back. Right kneecap forwards, good, belly in. Inhale back to center. Maybe you sit lower, maybe you don't. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, stand tall, palms face forward. Micro back bend. Press your hips forward, squeeze your glutes. Notice how that helps protect the low back. Good, inhale, rise. Bend your knees, hands through heart space, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then as your hands ground, take your right foot, step it back, low lunge. And then pivot your right heel down for warrior 2 stance. So left foot will need to heel toe forwards if it's not under the knee already. And then rise, warrior two. Left toes point forward. Right foot angles out either 90 degrees or a little bit less. Can you turn the chest to face the right wall? Good. Belly in, hook the tail. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Extended side angle. Inhale, lengthen forwards. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm over ear, or any other variation of your warrior two. Start to squeeze shoulder blades together a lot and pull the chin off the chest. Beautiful. Imagine your right shoulder wants to press up against a wall. It's connected towards your back hips. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Pulling shoulder away from hip, reach up and then back, getting a nice opening in the intercostals. Stay committed to your lunge, but press your left kneecap towards left pinky toe. And then back to warrior two. Lengthen your left leg. Pivot your left toes towards window side room. Star pose. Reach hands overhead. Now both heels will angle in as you lift up on tippy toes. Pivot your heels in. Hips forward, open your chest, your heart. Inhale, breath. Exhale, horse squat. Palms unite. Bring the knees outwards, thumbs connect to chest. Let's take your hips and just rock them out side to side. You can hula hoop your hips. Just getting deeper into those hips. And now let's find some stillness here. Shoulders over hips. Maybe you try closing your eyes again. Can you feel your inner thigh muscles pull in towards the femur bone? Pressing more into your pinky toe side of your foot to pull the knees outwards. Engage your glutes a tad. Can you lower down 1 inch? Beautiful. Maybe with your eyes closed. Take the hands overhead, star pose. Now turn one foot at a time forwards, Tasarita, folding from your hips. Your hands ground, either towards legs or earth. Let your head go soft. Let your spine lengthen and release. Deep one breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Last one, long inhale. Slow exhale. Pressing more now into the balls of the feet. Reach your hands out wide, growing your angel wingspan nice and broad and wide. Squeeze shoulder blades. And then slowly rise all the way back up. Star pose, hands overhead. Left toes will turn to face front side of your mat. Warrior two. Hands parallel the earth, belly in. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Low lunge, pivot your hips. Right heel lifts up off the ground. Step back, high plank. Option to take a flow or go down to down dog. Beautiful flows. Shoulders back a little bit more. Good, down dog. Inhale, float your heels, gaze forward. Exhale, slowly walk or float to the top of the mat. Good, inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, extended mountain pose. Bring the weight into your heels. Exhale, sit back in low chair pose. Airplane the arms, squeeze your triceps. Staying low in your chair. Inhale, take the hands all the way overhead. Left hand reaches back, chair twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Pulling right kneecap and right hip forwards, left pulls back. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, slowly rise. Lengthen your legs, hips forward. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, mountain pose, tuck your tail. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, breathe it in, halfway lift. And then bend your knees, hands down, left foot steps back, low lunge. Take your time to pivot or swivel your left toes all the way back. Right knee aligns over heel. Let's pivot your left foot down. Warrior two, and slowly rise. Shoulder stack over hips, right kneecap over heel. Squeeze the inner thighs and ground, shoulders to hips. Gazes over, right fingertips. Inhale, lengthen forwards. Extended side angle, left arm comes over the ear. Start to tuck hips under. Lean your left shoulder back a little bit. Pull the belly in. Try closing your eyes and push into your right heel and notice how much more you feel it in your hamstring, inner thighs, and glutes. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior two. Stay low in the lunge if you can. Hug the belly back and in. Lengthen right intercostals with a deeper inhale. Back to warrior two. Let's lengthen your right leg. Star pose, second round. Heels angle in, toes out. Reaching hands overhead. And then horse squat. Thumbs to heart. This time try lifting one or both heels at a time. Up off the earth. Squeeze the inner thighs, press knees back. If you want to challenge your body, close the eyes again. Beautiful. And then heels ground, open the eyes. Burst open that heart, and then heels pivot out, fold forward, Prasarita. Second round, this time let's take shoulder bind. Hands reach behind the back, bringing knuckles up and overhead. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Twice more, deep breath in, slow breath out. And slowly rise. Stand tall, let's switch out your grip. So relace the fingertips, opposite thumb forwards, switching out each finger, and then again, second round, lowering down. Relax the neck, the shoulders. Slight bend to the knees if you have tight hamstrings. Stay with your breath. And then micro bend the knees, slowly begin to rise. Releasing your fingertips, hands reach out wide. Right toes will pivot towards the front of your mat, bend the right knee. Reverse, inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground. Back to your low lunge. This last final flow, if you'd like to take it. Right foot can step back, high plank, tuck the tail belly in. Elbows bend in towards your hips, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Good, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's gently lower to your knees. You can take hero's pose or child's pose. We'll do a little bit of core strengthening and some toe balancing. How's everyone feeling today? Good? Okay. Did you like the eyes closed? Challenging.
I like the challenge.
So that's how we can advance our practice alone, by just closing the eyes, because you really now need to be trusting your third eye, knowing where everything is around you, feeling your body, and being more connected. So, and being a good listener to know exactly what is coming next. So I love eyes closed practice. All right. So let's lower all the way down to your bellies. We'll start with posterior chain. We're going to do some erector spinae and spine strengthening, and then we'll get into our transverse. So reaching hands out forwards if you have the space. If not, just slide your body back. Untuck the toes and gazes down so your neck is long. Pressing into your hip bones. Inhale, lift your hands and your heels. We're holding here for 5, 4. Inhale, lift higher, 3. Stay high, exhale, 2. Last deep breath in as high as you can lift, and then release. Turn right cheek down. You can let your hips sway out side to side, just shaking out all that energy, resetting your body. And then slide the hands forward, turn your nose to point down. This time let's lift hands and feet, and we're going to flutter kick hands and feet. Yogi swimmers. Keep pedaling it out for 5, 4, lengthen your arms, reach the toes to the back wall, 3, 2, And one, relax, release, let your heels turn outwards, relax your booty, your thighs and your spine. Now this one's for the upper back only. Your toes are gonna stay grounded. So turn your gaze back down. Rotate your heels inwards. Maybe your feet touch, maybe they don't, that's okay. And then hands reach out in front of you. Lift just your chest and your arms. We're gonna move into cactus arms. So elbows graze out wide. And then inhale, dive forward, turn the nose down. And then exhale, lift your gaze, peel your heart off the floor, elbows wide and squeeze. We're gonna do that 3 more times. So this is gonna help with our posture alignment since we're down on our phones all day. Strengthening our rhomboids and traps. Good, last one. And then hands release. Turn either cheek down. Deep breath in. Good, deep breath out. Coming into some transverse work. We're gonna walk your elbows underneath your shoulders, so cobra pose or sphinx pose. Turn the hands, palms face down, spread your fingers a lot. So this is like our cow pose. I'm gonna cue a cat and a cow, but we're gonna stay with long legs. So inhale here, this is your cow. You're gonna press into your kneecaps, only lift your pelvis and then look at your stomach. Tuck your tailbone, this is your cat. So can lift your hips a little bit higher. Good. And then lower and tap your hip bones, look forwards, inhale. Your cow pose. And then pull your navel up, look towards your belly. Press into knees and elbows, round your upper back. And again, inhale, tap the pelvis, gaze forward. Exhale, hug and round, cat pose. You should feel this in your belly muscles. Inhale, lower the hips, gaze up or forwards. Exhale, tuck and round, pressing into knees and elbows. Your hips only go up as high as your shoulders or maybe lower. Good, inhale. Last time, lift your pelvis, tuck your tailbone, squeeze your booty. Look at your belly a lot, hug it up. Good, and lower down. How was that? Not so bad. Sliding this time, thumbs underneath shoulders. Take cobra or up dog or seal. Stretching out your transverse. Good, and then lower down. Back to hands and knees pose. Let's counter with one cat pose, pressing into hands and knees. Gaze at your belly, and then just sway your hips side to side. You can take this into crazy cat, either going round and round or undulating the hips and the chest. Couple toe balances today. Let's walk your knees to the middle of your mat. Knees touch and then curl the toes. For those of you that do have blocks, just place them high in a tall position on the sides of your knees. So if you're practicing at home, you can tap fingertips or maybe just hold up against a wall. Make sure your little pinky toe is also untucked so it's not left behind. First things we're gonna do is make sure that the shoulders align over the hips and then squeeze your knees together. That's gonna activate inner thighs and pelvic floors. Slowly start to lean back, pressing into hands or blocks. Toe balance, shoulders back. Crown stays over shoulders, over tail. Keep squeezing. Good. One more breath in. And ever so slowly lower back to the knees. Not so bad. So if this was challenging enough, you're going to stay here with both feet. If you want to try one foot now, we're going to bring our bodies forward. Your right ankle is just going to cross over your left and then sit back so that you're resting now on your right heel. Make sure the heel's in a good place. It doesn't feel uncomfortable in your body. So now we're only on your right toes. Some of you might be on your left. And then again, lean back. Squeeze your knees together. Align shoulders over hips. Use your obliques, your balance, and your drishti. So one single point to stare at. Woo, and then slowly bring your hands forward. Come back softly to your knees. Uncross, you can kick that out. And of course, we're going to balance by doing opposite sides. So cross just at your ankles. Curl the grounding toes down. Squeeze your knees. Gaze forward. Align shoulders over hips. Pressing down into your blocks. Belly back and in. So good. and then walk your hands forward, come back to the knees. Untuck your feet, kick them out once again. Beautiful, let's curl the toes, down dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Audible exhale. 2 more cleansing breaths like so, breathe in. And beautiful, last time. Setting up for half pigeon pose. Inhale your right heel high, really good dog. Drawing right knee behind the right wrist. Pivoting out the right foot. Creating number 7 with your body. Start to lengthen your left leg back. Left kneecap spirals down. The back of the ankle is nice and straight. Beautiful. Walking hands by hips. Pressing down, lengthen up through the spine, and then like you're going to do a belly roll, roll down, creating more length between each disc. Now if you can't take half pigeon today, you're going to lower to your back side for supine figure 4, which looks like this. Deep breath through the nose. Audible exhale. Now to support your neck, I want you to take one fist and then another fist on top of that, and then place your third eye right down on it so the neck stays as long as your spine. Deep breath in. Let it fill up your belly, and then sigh out the breath. Ha. Good. Last deep breath in. Sigh out the breath. Ha. Engage the core first. Slowly begin to rise, walking hands by the sides of the hips. Now if you had a block underneath your right seat, go ahead and move it, because we're going to lean to the right side. Carefully, carefully take your left leg around side. Janu Shrishasana. Right sole connects to inner thigh. Readjust the pelvis in the seat. Let's ground. And then inhale, take the hands up overhead. Exhale, spiral your chest towards left toes, and then reach for foot or shin bone or thigh. Keep the chin off the chest. Stretching the Achilles, calf muscle, hamstring, low back. Deep breath in. Audible exhale. Breath in. Last deep breath. Reaching hands out in front of you, slowly rise. Right hand places beside your right hip. Supported flip dog or wild thing, pressing into right knee and left foot. Lift the hip bones and then slowly come down. Inhale, rise, stacking shoulders over hips. Half moon over to the left side, keeping the right shoulder aligned over left shoulder. Keep reaching with right arm, creating more space in the right rib cage. Now deepen the breath. Open mouth. Calming nervous system. Good. Deep breath in. Close your eyes. Feel your body. Deep breath in. Pushing down into your left heel, slowly rise. Leaning again more towards the right side, your left leg will cross over right knee. Lord of the Fishes pose. Both sitting bones ground. If they don't, you can always tuck your heel back if you don't have any props to work with today. Right hand will lift up, shoulders back, gaze left, and then right elbow can hook, or you can hold on to the right shin bone. Left hand now reaches behind you, creating a kickstand. Let's pull the shoulders back. Deep breath in, add a smile to your face, and go ha. Soften the eyes, the jaw, the hips. Invite peace into your body through the breath. Let's unravel. Take hands up overhead, and then counter pose to the right side. Right hand will stay grounded. Lean into that right palm. The left leg is going to swing all the way around. Maybe you use a little bit of abductor strength and glute strength. Back to pigeon. Gaze down, tuck the left toes, and then lift the hips, the pelvis curls, and then right knee reaches up and back, three-legged dog, and exhale, down dog. Let's step your feet a bit wider and then sway dog's tail side to side, getting into the IT bands, side body, relax, release. And let's do our left side. Inhale, pull the left heel overhead, and then exhale, taking left knee behind the palms, right kneecap looks down, lengthening the legs, and then lengthen the spine, and then roll the body down. Stacking fists, connecting third eye. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Good. Ensuring that the hips are nice and centered over the left leg. Maybe a little more lean to the right side. Deep breath in. Audible exhale. Relax the shoulders. Open and deepen the breath. And invite awareness into the belly, and then slowly rise, hands under shoulders. Carefully lean to your left, right leg reaches around to the right of your mat. Janu Shashasana. Reset the sitting bones. Pull the right toes in so dorsal flex the ankle. Let's take the hands overhead. Turn your chest towards the right and then reach forwards. Holding on to arch, ankle, or thigh bone. Pull the shoulders down to the hips. Lift the chin off your heart space. Deep breath in. And audible. Beautiful, everyone. Twice more. Nice breath. And let's slowly rise. Reaching hands up overhead. Left hand grounds left. Pressing into left shin, right heel. Lift the hips. Follow the gaze to right thumb. And then slowly return your hips down. Inhale to rise. Holding onto left arm, guided up and over, half moon with the body. Lateral flexion. Breathe into the left side ribs. And exhale. Twice more. Surrender. Ground. With strength. With ease. And slowly begin to rise. Good. Hands back to the left side, right foot. We'll just step over your left. Inhale the left arm high, gaze right first, and then hook the elbow or hold on to the shin. Right hand can now release, if you'd like to, behind the low back. Hugging shoulders back, lift the gaze. Peek over right shoulder if you want a little more depth. Slowly gaze forward. We'll stay here on our seats. Hands by the sides of your hips, uncross your legs, and then walking heels to the front of your mat with strength or with support, depending on which you want to use as you lower down. You can roll down your boat pose or walk your hands and your elbows behind you and then lower to shoulders and ground the back of the head. Once you arrive, let's bring knees to shoulders. Flattening the spine, using your hands, just steer your knees side to side. Releasing the low back, the mid back. Let go. Any tension that's remaining in the body. Then lifting soles to the sky, happy baby, either ankles or arches of the feet. A little bit more motion as you sway the body side to side. And slowly bring the knees to heart space. Let your arms wrap around your shins as you give yourself a loving and tight squeeze. Feel your body. Hear its calling. With strength, with grace, slowly release. Allow your body to fully release and surrender into your final pose, Shavasana. I'll be coming around with Reiki, non-touch today. Deep breath through the nose, and then exhale and let go. Start to lengthen the breath in and sigh out the breath. Become aware of the toes, all the way out into the fingertips. And inviting in motion. Begin to twinkle the fingertips and the toes. Rolling out the wrists, the ankles. And slowly draw knees to heart space. Taking your time to arrive on other side in a fetal pose. As we use this time to reintegrate and to ground with gratitude. Feel your connection to your mat. Its unconditional love for you and support. It is always there. Gratitude for the practice of yoga that keeps us balanced and centered through mind, body, and spirit. And the magic of the breath, which heals, which connects. And when you feel called to, slowly rise back to your seat. With palms united at heart space, connecting the yin and the yang, the moon and the sun, the light and the dark. May you always be in your center. May you always be strong. May you always be grounded and with breath. Inhale, thumbs to third eye center. And I bow to you through light, through love. Namaste. Beautiful Sunday.
Same to you.